Welcome back. A day full of basketball. Another exciting boys 18U showdown series in the Gold Ball, and Dallas HSAA advances. They will face the MHEA Eagles tomorrow afternoon. We'll have that game for you here in the boys Final Four. But right now, it is the girls Final Four, the first game of this Gold Ball showdown 18U series. It's going to be the number 1 overall seed, Lubbock Titans. They will be facing the number 4 seed, Indianapolis Wildcats. The Wildcats earlier today had to play the KC East Lions, and they were able, in a game that they trailed going into the second half, came all the way back and grabbed the victory to be able to move on. Now they have the tough task of facing this Lubbock Titans team from a program that has already won an undisputed and has girls that have gone on from here and won national championships in college at Division II with Lubbock Christian, and expecting more great things they are from their program. Scott Staten alongside Jeremy Caldwell. And Jeremy, if you look up the definition of Titan, it is, well, another word for that is giant, and it comes to mind this team out of Indianapolis. They're going to need a Hoosier story to be able to come out on top on this one, because not only are they facing a formidable opponent, but having this be the second game of the day for them, expended a ton of energy with a great KC East team that was back and forth. It's going to take everything they've got to be able to come away with the win here, trying to advance to the undisputed national championship game.
Yeah, and it's going to be even tougher after having to play that early game this morning, and the amount of energy that they had to exert to get through that game through the Kansas City East. The KC East Lions, man, they played a tough game. Like you said, they led throughout the whole game.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Gloria Brewer decided to turn it on late in the fourth quarter and willed them to a win. But you got to think, man, did she exert too much energy? And how much energy is she going to have to finish this game off?
Well, they tried to save her just a little bit. I mean, you always keep her offense, but if you haven't seen Gloria play before, she's not just offense, even though she averages about 20 a game. The junior is also an elite defender. And so the second half, Coach Roscoe put her on the point guard for KC East, and boy, she was able to just stay in her face to disrupt. She came away with handful of steals, and that really changed the game. But so much energy because she was on their toughest player on the defensive side, and then on the offensive side, that's where she had her biggest part of the game. Really filled it up in the second half, started to hit her outside three. So we'll see early on how they're going to be able to stick, and we're about to tip it off here. Girls Final Four. Tip-off goes to the Wildcats into the hands of Brewer. Brewer with the ball. The Indianapolis Wildcats in the maroon red with the white numerals and letters. Here's the ball inside to Woodard. Woodard puts it up, no good. Rebound comes off strong. Carly Bostwick. Bostwick brings it over the timeline quickly. Here's a three. That is short by Ellie Bruffy. It'll come back to Gloria Brewer. You've heard that Bruffy name before. They've won titles with Bruffies, undisputeds. Pass down to Woodard. Woodard was going to give it back to Brewer, but that ball is picked from her pocket. Bostwick flips it over to the right side, and that will be Kaiser. Kaiser going to bring it back up top to Bruffy. Bruffy over to Simpson. Simpson, corner three. Bostwick, no good. Rebound comes off to the Wildcats. Hannah Ruddle bringing it up now for Indianapolis. Here's Brewer. Brewer measured the three, decided to drive. She's double-teamed. Ball rolls off the front rim. On the rebound, there's a battle inside. Word still couldn't come away with it, and here come the Titans on the run. Over in the corner, Bruffy to the top of the key. There's a Kaiser three. That is no good, but it comes down in the hands of Bruffy. Titans get another shot. Bruffy drives, stops, kicks it back out. Boy, they hang out on the perimeter, ready to shoot the three. Here's another three by Bostwick. That is no good. And right now, Jeremy, it seems like and there's a foul. That's going to be on Haley Kaiser, first foul of the game. Seems like the Lubbock philosophy and strategy is going to be to shoot from the outside right now and try to pull that defense out.
Right, they like to spread it out a little bit early, shoot outside, open up that middle, and then start feeding the inside. Early on right now, the Lubbock Titans shots are not falling right now, as that's a turnover there by Brewer. Couldn't handle that pass there in the corner.
You can see the Wildcats, they were setting up where they had a pick for Brewer down in the lane where she runs and then finds the nearest corner to try to get open for a three. She can shoot out there. We also saw on the bench Julia Bookwalter, who connected today and yesterday multiple times and really was just a burst of energy and points off the bench.
Yeah, Bookwalter has had at least 4 threes in each of the games we've had them here at the BBC.
Still 0-0, scoreless, maybe a little nerves. This is the first game for the Titans today, second game for the Wildcats. Driving to her left is Simpson. She tries to feed inside. There's another steal for Brewer. Brewer brings it up court, switches hands, into the paint, stops, pops, it's short. Rebound comes off to Haley Kaiser. Kaiser almost had it knocked away by Woodard there. Back come the Titans. Ellie Bruffy over to the left side, Kaiser. Back up top to Simpson. Simpson looking for something in the lane. Going to drive to her right. Here's a kick out. Bostwick looks for the three, puts it up, and it's good.
Well, you knew one of them was going to fall eventually. They've taken about 5 or 6 already in this game, so they're not shooting that many if they don't think they can make them.
That's right, just the sheer percentage. At some point, you think you're going to connect on one of those. 3-0 Lubbock with the early lead. 3 minutes into this one, the final 4 game to go to the undisputed national championship tomorrow night.
Yeah, and, as you said earlier, Lubbock hasn't played yet today, so they haven't really played since yesterday. The Indy Wildcats were able to get a game in earlier today.
That pass was picked off, but when Bruffy saved it, it went right to Brewer. That's not the hand you want it in if you're Lubbock. And Brewer makes them pay. She drives down, puts it in with her left hand. 3-2 now. Lubbock with the 1-point lead. Not quite halfway through this first period of this girls 18U Final 4. The drive to the right. That was Elliott. Elliott gives it back to Bostwick, who feeds it down low. Elliott back to Bostwick. Another three. That's off the front of the rim, but it comes down into the hands of Bruffy, who puts it in.
A left-hand finish, and that's going to be a timeout.
Coach Roscoe calls a timeout. Well, actually just going to be a substitution. Looks like maybe there was a
injured player.
Not sure what happened there, but looked like Louisa Shook might have twisted a leg or an ankle or something, so the official saw it. Good job again. They've done that all week, looking out for the guys and gals here, making sure everybody's okay. Here comes Ruddle, trying to get something going here for the Wildcats. Brewer with the ball. So far, Lubbock's just stayed in kind of a matchup zone where they kind of slide around in that 2-3, and when you look at the roster, Indianapolis actually has a size advantage, just a little bit. Wirtz is listed as 6'2", and then they've got a 5'10" and 5'11" as well. Here's a feed into Wirtz. Was going to go to her right. She kicks it back out to Woodard, and then Woodard, it's going to be 3 seconds, I believe, in the lane.
Yeah, Wirtz passed it out to the corner there, but she wasn't able to get out of the lane.
It's a formula you see work on so many levels when you can get a big inside that you can feed and that's mobile, and then you've got shooters on the outside like Indianapolis has. That inside-out game often works, but that time, violation for 3 seconds. Wildcats knocked the ball away. That was Bookwalter and Garcia. Here comes Garcia. She's being trailed. She's going to pull it out and set up the play. Tried to pass it. Ball was tipped, but into the hands of Wirtz. She gives it back to Garcia. 5-2, Lubbock Titans, the 1 seed with the lead right now over the Indianapolis Wildcats. Wildcats in the maroon, Lubbock in the white. Brewer had the ball tipped away. Boy, they're making her work for everything. And now ball's on the floor. Brewer's on the floor. There's a battle for it. Out come the Titans with it, but they're still battling, and that's going to be a foul now on Indianapolis. Great effort on both teams' parts, but it was Alexa Elliott that came away with the ball. Well, 2:54 to go here in the first. It's still 5-2, Titans.
And that foul is going to be on Bookwalter.
Bookwalter, the sharp shooter on this team. Besides Brewer, who scores just under 20 a game, she is really giving them a lift. As you said, connecting on the last 2 days. 4 3-pointers a game. Almost got stuck inside there, Elliott, but she's able to escape and get it out to Kaiser. On the other wing is Bruffy. Back out top, Simpson. Simpson measures the Wildcat defense, kicks it over to the left perimeter. Guarded closely there was Kaiser. Kaiser gives it to Elliott, who drives. Another kick out to Bostwick. Then that's going to be a jump shot. That's just a 2, but that's Megan Simpson. She gets it going here. Now it's 7-2. Lubbock Titans with the early lead. 2:10 to go here in the first quarter. Bookwalter being bothered by Bruffy. Bookwalter can play point guard. She's done it before. Here's a feed down low, and boy, Alyssa Woodard has been a force. She's able to muscle her way down and put 2 more points on the board for the Wildcats, who now trail 7-4. Down at the other end, though, there's a drive inside. Ball rolls in. Alexa Elliott spun around Woodard, and that might be the strategy here. Once they score, they come right back at you. They, as we talked about, they know the Wildcats have already played today, and they're going to make them run.
Yeah, that was a quick answer there. After the made basket by the Wildcats, they inbounded the ball, pushed it right up the floor, and got an easy basket in the paint.
Yeah, no rest for the weary. Brewer trying to get around this tough Titans defense. She steps back. That's no good. Rebound comes off to Bostwick. Bostwick gives it over to Bruffy, who will bring it over the timeline with her Titans, Lady Titans, leading 9-4.
And we've noticed early in this game that three or four of the Brewers' first shots have been short at the rim. So
that time, little late whistle. It was Bruffy that went in for the shot, but she got hacked. Looks like the foul is going to be on
23.
So that's Garcia. Rhea Garcia with the foul.
So I was saying a while ago that Brewers' shots early in this game look like they're falling a little bit short.
Yep.
But if you remember the game this morning versus the Lions, she did the same thing in the first half.
Yep.
And she struggled early on, and they just, as a team, they just really just kept it close until they could get Brewer going, which eventually you knew she was going to get going.
Yep.
And she was able to finally in the fourth quarter and able to propel her team to the win.
And it could have been the common denominator this morning. A little bit tired the first half. She got going and woke up. Maybe she's still a little tired from today, all that energy she expended, and she'll come back around like she did in the game today. 10-4, the second free throw no good. 1 minute to go. Titans holding this Wildcats team, who was explosive so far in the tournament, just to 4 points so far with a minute to go. And then there's a steal ripped away and a foul as Ruddle tried to get it back. Ellie Bruffy causes the turnover and the foul. That's 3 team fouls now on the Wildcats, just 1 on Lubbock. 51 seconds to go. Let's see if Lubbock's going to push the ball. They have been content to bring it up slowly. Not taking too much advantage so far of what might be tired legs. Ball was tipped there by Emma Barnes. Barnes hit a big bucket today in the big win. Here's the outside jump shot. 3 is short by Ellie Bruffy. Titans so far only able to connect once from outside. That time Ruddle was driving. She got the ball back tipped from her. And here come the Lady Titans on the attack. Cross-court pass. Megan Simpson over in the corner. They've got Jordan McGee, puts up the 3. That's too long. Battle for the rebound. And that's going to be on the floor. Not sure if, they call the foul on Gloria Brewer. Gloria battling for the board there. And, boy, that could have just been a
no call.
Play
but on.
Yeah, the official felt like it impeded the Lady Titan from her position. And so that's the 4th team foul. Lady Titans, 10 seconds left in this quarter, leading 10-4. Trying to add to that lead. Drives to her left, Bruffy. Bruffy kicks it out. Here's McGee over to Bruffy, puts it up. That shot is no good. And fall down in the hands of Ruddle. At the end of 1, Lady Titans from Lubbock, the number 1 seed, leads the Indianapolis Wildcats 10-4 here in the girls' Final Four. We'll be back with second quarter action after this break.
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula, real-time pain relief. It's soothing lotion, it's rich in nature's ingredients, and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too. From muscle strains to soreness to simple back aches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief, it's a knockout.
Welcome back to Girls 18U Final Four. We are here with the Lubbock Titans, the number 1 seed, who have jumped out to a 10-4 lead after 1 quarter. The Indianapolis Wildcats, who are trying to pull the upset here. They have only been able to crack into the scoring column with 4 points. And that might be the story of the game. We talked about it, Jeremy, and you just don't want to blame it all on that because, every team's been playing all this week. But this is the second game for the Wildcats, and they had a tough battle this morning to advance to this point. And right now, looks like it's showing up in their lethargy in terms of their offense not being able to get any points.
Yeah, and they also started out a little bit slow earlier this morning against the Kansas City East Lions before they eventually turned it on in the fourth quarter.
They did, and I think you and I were here, so there's a drive inside, and Brewer, nice tie-up, and that's going to go down to the Wildcats. Even with Brewer having one foul, she does not stop on defense. But, yeah, you and I were here this morning, just even the energy level just doesn't feel the same right now.
No.
Even the fans, I think, are a little tired.
Right. It's been a long day. This is our 9th game of the day. Still have one more to go for us.
Ruddle with a dangerous pass, but Shook brings it in. Brewer sets up in the corner. That's too long, and the rebound goes straight to Alexa Elliott. Here come the Titans. Megan Simpson settles things down, brings it over the timeline, kicks it over to the perimeter. Titans, they are very patient with this offense, looking for the outside shot and then for the lane to clear. That time, drive by Alexa Elliott, but the ball is knocked out of her hand and out of bounds. It will stay at this end. Lady Titans up 10-4. This storied program trying to win another undisputed national title. They got to win this one first, though, to get to the game. There's a three-pointer outside by Ellie Bruffy. The lead now is 13-4. Ruddle brings it over for the Wildcats.
The Lady Titans have come out and shown that they're not scared to shoot the three-point.
Yeah, they're definitely going for volume here. There's a three, tried to be matched inside by Woodard. Ball is knocked into the hands of Shook. She misses the shot. Fight for the rebound. Goes to Alexa Elliott. Elliott gets it to Simpson, who will dribble behind her back, bring it over the timeline, guarded by Woodard and Ruddle. Out on the wing is Bruffy. That one was off. Rebound comes to Wirtz. 13-4 still. 6:28 to go here in the second quarter. The winner will advance to tomorrow night's undisputed national championship game. Brewer drives, floats, puts it up, gets her own rebound, but then it goes off of the Lubbock Lady Titan, and it will stay down at this end. End of the game for Hannah Ruddle. Comes Julia Bookwalter again, maybe looking to get her set up for a possible shot. She is deadly from the corners. Inbounds, wide open, Wirtz. Oh, she misses it. Challenge there, and then the ball ripped away from her by Carly Bostwick, and then she causes Wirtz to foul, and that was a frustration foul.
Yeah, because the few games we've had Wirtz in the Indianapolis Wildcats, she's not going to miss many of those shots.
Yeah, she was right there, and you got to think she heard footsteps. Quickly down to the other end, drive by Elliott, who kicks it back out. Long three by Simpson. That's no good. And again, they're going to just keep shooting them over and over, and whether they make them or not, you're going to have to guard out there, and it looks like they're just trying to get the lane to open up as well. Strong drive, but too far underneath by Shook. Hit the bottom of the rim and down into the hands of the Lady Titans. 5:46 to go. Bruffy for Lubbock. Over in the corner to Elliott. Elliott working on Wirtz. That ball is tipped by Shook, and she gets the steal. Here she comes. Going to try to go all the way this time again. That time it's too strong, and again, are they hearing footsteps? Because something is making them miss those shots. And then that time as she fell out of bounds as they both fought for the rebound, Brewer was there with the Lady Titans, but it is a jump ball and will go to Lubbock. Didn't like the way that Gloria fell there. Looked like she landed pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like she's landing pretty hard on her left elbow. Good thing is that's not her shooting arm, but you still don't like to see him fall on them.
That shot is no good off the left side. Here comes Bookwalter. Bookwalter brings it down for the Wildcats. She will set things up.
We haven't seen Bookwalter take a three yet in this game. The two previous games, she hit 4 threes apiece.
That time they're going to call her for an offensive foul, and you could see Woodard was really trying to be aggressive, and as she spun, she knocked away the Lady Titans and called for the charge there. Looked like she might have hit her head a little bit, and she's going to check out of the game. In comes Holly Woodard for Alyssa. And here come the Lady Titans. They lead by 9, 5 minutes to go here in the second. Bruffy. They're going to look outside till they can get an opening or cut to the lane. To her left comes Simpson, guarded closely by Bookwalter. Back out to Elliott. There's a three-pointer by Bostwick, and it's good. Boy, they think every single one, the next one's going in. They don't care how many they miss. They're going to keep putting them up, and when you can connect like that and you get this kind of success and results, why not?
Yeah, look, they shooting, and they don't even care how many they've missed already.
16-4.
They probably don't even count how many they've missed. They just going to keep shooting.
Here's Wirtz inside. The lefty no good. She fights for the rebound. It comes down to Woodard. Woodard kicks it out. She's got Brewer. Brewer quickly up with the three. Off the front of the rim. Down with the rebound come the Titans. Bruffy, and there's a timeout. Timeout by Coach Elliott to save that possession. We are almost halfway through this second quarter, and the Wildcats have yet to score. Still stuck on that 4 spot, and with the Titans shooting threes, and as we talked about, with them having to already play a team that's tough and really going to take a big effort from them, a titanic effort, if you will.
Yeah.
You don't want that lead to get much more, because when you're tired, the last thing you want to do is have to be able to come back against a tough team like this.
Yeah, if you got to start exerting twice the energy to come back from a deficit and battle alongside the number 1 team in the nation, that's a tough task to swallow. And the Wildcats have not scored any points from lack of effort, because they've got opportunities. They have fallen short, and I mean, you got to believe it has a little something to do with this morning's game, as much energy they had to exert. Well, talking about energy, because they were down the whole game, and they had to just exert so much energy to get back in that game and then come back and win.
Yeah, and a couple of them were banged up, but also on top of that, this Titans team just so loaded. You saw them down in the Big South, and they just ran through like a buzzsaw down there, and boy, you can see why they're good. And a couple different times where the Wildcats have had looked like open layups. They heard footsteps, and, boy, they made the miss. That time, a long three by Simpson is no good. And Brewer comes down with it. Brewer trying to get something started here. They have not scored in this quarter, trailing by 12. Wildcats with the ball. Shook, over to the left wing. Let's see if Julia Bookwalter, because she can get it going. Another three. She has connected on 9 threes in the last 2 days here in 3 games. She is really on fire. 16-7. Back to the Titans.
That was her first shot of the game, and none other than a 3. She has been money.
Yes, she has.
On that 3-point line this tournament.
Lubbock patiently works the ball around for the shot they want. There's Bruffy in the corner. Back up top. Simpson drives to her left, kicks it out, fakes the shot. Ball is knocked away, but into the hands of Bruffy again. Bruffy feeds it. Ball almost loose again, and as she tries to score, Alexa Elliott, boy, that was a play where you wondered if she was going to be able to gather that ball in, and somehow she's able to draw the foul.
And that foul is going to be on Wirtz. But the Lubbock Titans do a really good job of being patient on offense and just working the ball around. And for the most part of this half, they've worked the ball around until they found a wide open 3.
Yep. Free throw, first one is no good by Elliott. More substitutions in. Macy Klein, also Emma Barnes.
And Jordan McGee is in the game. And a couple of years ago, she started out with the Lubbock Titans, and then her family moved to Louisiana. And
second shot no good. Oh, but the Titans get the rebound. Up and under. It's good. Boy, that was costly. Carly Bostwick, heads up play.
Yeah, she was part of that Southwest Louisiana Knights girls team that made the Final Four a few years ago. So she's been here within the last couple of years, and then family decided to move back to Lubbock, and here she is on the Lubbock Titan team and in the Final Four again.
That time the reach in by Simpson. And both teams, as we mentioned earlier, both teams, even though well, Lubbock's been here before, but both teams with players that have made it this far.
Right.
We mentioned that Gloria, as part of the Indy Blazers program, made it to the Final Four and lost by 1 point to eventual champ MHEA. There's a 3. That's a little long. Hopefully she can get a better ending from that season for the Wildcats as far as she's concerned. There's another steal. Here's Macy Klein. Puts it up and in. A little bit of spark here. 18-9 now. Wildcats cut into that lead with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, they were stuck on 4 for a quarter and a half, and then finally got 5 points here with the 3 from Bookwalter.
It's a feed inside the paint. First time you really seen them go inside, but then they kick it out. Boy, that shot was off to the right. Brewer comes down with it. Here she comes, pushing the pace. She's going to drive, stop, pop, in and out. Rebound comes off to Carly Bostwick. Well, the Wildcats are fighting to get those rebounds, but on those shots when they go long, it seems to always land with a teammate in white. Here comes Simpson. Over the corner. That is a 3 from way back downtown, and Bostwick hits another. 21-9. Lead back up to 12. 1:16 to go.
That is a lot of threes that the Lady Titans have shot up today and have made the majority of.
Whoa, that time Ruffy went for the steal, but then when Klein went in for the shot, it was blocked by Elliott. Elliott gets it to Davidson, or Simpson rather. Simpson brings it down. Here comes Elliott. She made the block. She gets the layup. And what a series there for her. A sequence where she gets the block, comes all the way to the other end, and gets the reverse layup. And the lead as large as it's been, 23-9 now for Lubbock. Bookwalter works it around. Woodard backs it out, looking for something. Barnes tries to post up. They throw it inside the paint. Barnes spins, puts it up, and rolls it in. Nice move by Emma Barnes there. 23-11. Lead back down to 12. Just 20 seconds left in this half. The winner advances to tomorrow's undisputed national championship game. Ball outside to McGee, and then Klein jumps up on the pass, knocks it away. Here comes Brewer, 8 seconds. Let's see if the Wildcats can end with a flurry. Brewer jumps, avoids the contact, gets her own rebound. Ball is loose. She's underneath, puts it up, no good, and that's how it ends. Oh, wow, missed opportunity there, but the Wildcats make a little bit of a run there after going the first 5 minutes with only 4 points in this quarter. They now come back and cut it down to 23-11. Lubbock Titans, the number 1 seed, showing why they lead it. We will head to halftime and be back with the second half of action after this break.
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula. Real-time pain relief. Its soothing lotion is rich in nature's ingredients and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too. From muscle strains to soreness to simple backaches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief. It's a knockout.
And welcome back. We are at halftime of the first girls Final Four game. The 1-seed Lubbock Titans in control 23-11 over the Indianapolis Wildcats. Scott Staten alongside Jeremy Caldwell. And this is game number 9. Got one more after this. Another girls Gold Ball Showdown Series Final Four. The 2-seed Dallas Thunder, 7A Gold Ball winners. They will face the OKC Storm, who won earlier today. We got a full day again tomorrow, Jeremy, starting off at 8 o'clock with our live stream, Girls 12U Undisputed National Championship. That'll be Little Rock Flames and the CHSM Crimson Knights. 9:05 Boys 10U Undisputed National Championship, Little Rock Flames and the FBCHA Eagles. 10:15 will be the Undisputed National Championship, Girls 14U, OKC Storm, Tulsa Chef Arrows. There'll be a bunch more we're going to tell you about as the game goes on. Right now, the Wildcats, they've got a mountain to climb against a Titan team that knows how to win. 23-11, Wildcats start off with the ball. Indianapolis in the maroon with the white numerals and letters. Lubbock Titans with the white uniforms and the blue numbers and letters. Wildcats struggling a little bit on this set, trying to get some things started. Woodard over to Ruddle. Back to Brewer. Brewer dribbles out top. Kicks it back to Woodard.
I believe Brewer only had 2 points there in the first half on that fast break layup. The majority of her other shots were falling short of the rim. Let's see if she can get going here in the second half, because they're definitely going to need her going.
Step back three. That one's no good, and rebound comes down to Lubbock. Yeah, you could see her hang her head. She caught that rebound right before the halftime buzzer and was unable to put it back in. And
yeah, if she'd have been able to make that, they might have given her a little bit of spark.
Three-pointer off the right side. Wirtz comes down with the rebound, gives it over to Brewer. Brewer going to bring it up for the Wildcats. Try to push it just a little. Over to the left side. Here's Woodard. Drives to her right. Into the paint. Strong move. Too strong. Ball comes off to the Titans. Haley Kaiser with the ball. Kaiser up to Bruffy. Bruffy. Dribble around. Spin. She's guarded by Woodard. Then by Brewer. Brewer knocks it away. Ball on the floor. She comes away with it. Brewer again with the steal. Trying to get something going here for Indianapolis. Here comes Ruddle over the timeline. She finds Brewer on the left wing. Brewer feeds Woodard down low, or on the left side rather. She kicks it out across the court to Ruddle. Trying to set up inside is Wirtz, and ball was tipped away. Boy, it was a good idea. But right there was Haley Kaiser to knock the ball away on the entry pass, and that's a turnover on the Wildcats. 6:04 to go.
Just not quite high enough on the feed.
And we talked about the energy level, even with the fans, and right there as Alexa Elliott spins and rolls it in. Biggest lead of the game for them, 25-11. And even it's just been quiet compared to what it was this morning. It's other than the Titans fans, they're pretty loud.
Yeah.
Wildcats working the ball around. Titans up 25-11. Boy, they are showing why they're the overall number 1 seed. So tough. Here's a spin move. Ball's lost, but into the hands of Wirtz. Back out to Brewer. She pops a three. That's too long. Rebound comes down once again. Haley Kaiser. Kaiser going to push it the other way. She's got Bruffy up ahead. Bruffy stops, pops. That is short. Fight for the rebound, and looks like it went out of bounds on Gloria Brewer. Brewer and Kaiser really going at it. And then we've got an injured player again for the Wildcats. And I'm going to take Wirtz out and bring in Emma Barnes.
Yeah, she's had a few problems with her back in both games. This is the third game we've seen her have a little issue with her back, and she's had to come out. She was able to finish both the other games.
Yes, she was, and we'll see if they can get her back. They'll need her inside. Here's the pass. Oh, great cut. Stop. Pause and puts it up as Brewer flew by. That was Alexa Elliott, and now their largest lead of the game is 27-11. Good to have 417 Sports Medicine and Orthopedics here. They're coming over to help out. Brewer that time drives. Whoa, she had a great look, and it just somehow rolled off the rim. Then on the rebound, going to be a foul on the Titans. Looked like they called it on Alexa Elliott on the battle for the rebound. 4:53 to go in the third. Coach Elliott calls out the play to his team. Here's the Wildcats under their own basket. They throw it in. Going to have to be chased down by Barnes. Barnes over in the right corner. Nice entry bounce pass inside. The spin and the put in by Alyssa Woodard. She was hacked. Going to have a chance for a 3-point play. It's been, like you said, not for lack of effort. Woodard has worked so hard down low to get open, but she's just had a lot of Titans, different ones thrown at her. On the rebound, she misses it, but Brewer's there to tip out the rebound to herself. She goes up, draws a contact, she puts it in. Well, if you're going to make a comeback, that's one of the ways to do it.
Yeah, the old traditional 3-point plays. Get a bucket, and then you possibly cut into the lead a little bit more from the free throw line when the clock's not running.
Free throw's no good. Ball, though, comes off, and Woodard fights for it. Wow, she is just 100% effort right now, but able to come away with it.
Yeah, I thought she was going to pull that rebound off, and then ended up getting it stripped out of her hands.
Here's a drive to her left by Bruffy, puts it up, and no good as she was contested by Woodard. Bookwalter gets the rebound. Wildcats just down by 12 now. They had been down by 15, but they've been able to trim that lead. Here's a pass into the middle. That is stolen, and that was once again Alexa Elliott with a good defensive play. Ball goes to Kaiser. And we got a timeout. Well, we have that timeout. We'll keep it here, and we will talk things over. And before we talk about tomorrow's schedule, not even sure if this is anything, but way that Brewer's holding her hand there, I don't know if you saw that on the free throws. It looks like she might have fallen on that. And that's an interesting thing because the last time that she played in the Final Four, partway through the game, her hand got stepped on, and she was unable to shoot free throws the rest of the game. Had to try to switch hands, and I'm wondering if she's got something like that going on the way she was holding it. But anyway, we'll be able to watch that and see as it unfolds. But we were talking about tomorrow's undisputed national championship games, Jeremy, and I think I got us through the girls 14U. We got a whole bunch of other games coming up starting at 11:30, then with boys 12U undisputed.
Yeah, we got the boys 12U undisputed with the number 1 Dash Spartans versus the number 2 Indy Northside Lions. And then following that, the boys 16U undisputed, which we're still waiting for the results of the semifinals to determine that game. And then following that, the girls 16U undisputed, which we're also waiting on the results from those two games.
Yeah, more games going on right now all over the city still.
Yeah, and then the boys 14U undisputed will be determined later tonight because they have games going on at 7:20 and 8:30 as well. And then at 4:45, we're going to have the boys 18U Division III undisputed national championship, which was my old team, the Southwest Louisiana Knights from Louisiana, facing off against the Victoria Cobras, which was a rematch of the Division III Big South championship.
Nice. So we got a whole lot of action. That's before we even hit the other games tomorrow night, which will have some of these teams. Here's a three-point shot. Boy, Carly Bostwick has it's a very unique shot. A lot of times she's falling backwards, it seems like, but she just drains it. And when you're trying to come back and then you look up and see that happen, lead is now double what the Wildcats have, 30-15. Brewer working on her, though. Drive, left-handed layup is no good. And ball comes off. Hand must not be bothering her too much. She's still able to shoot it pretty well. That was a nice drive, just could not finish it.
Yeah.
Over on the right wing.
And on that hand issue for Brewer, I noticed a couple of possessions ago when she went up for a shot, I think she got hit on her left hand and she kind of shook it, and ever since then she's been kind of favoring that left hand.
Yep.
So I'm kind of wondering if she didn't get a little stinger on it, and we'll see how that bothers her going forward.
Meanwhile, facing their largest deficit now, the Wildcats, Lubbock up by 17, and then that pass is tipped out of bounds. Active hands by Haley Kaiser. Got to think they're going to try to look for Woodard down low, maybe try to get Bookwalter going again as she's been able to drain threes and try to get something going to stop this offensive run by the Titans.
Yeah, Bookwalter has only taken one shot in this game, which is a three, and she made it.
Woodard was driving there, but Elliott able to slide her feet. There's Brewer with the three. That's no good. Ball into the hands of Ellie Bruffy. Here come the Lady Titans from behind. She is bothered by Woodard, but able to gain control of it again. And then on the pass back, pressure caused some trouble there as Bostwick threw it out of bounds. Into the game comes Ruddle for the Wildcats. Out goes Louisa Shook.
And similar to the game this morning with the Wildcats, that Gloria Brewer doesn't get much rest during the game.
she doesn't, and she's that type of player. She doesn't want to go out, but that definitely makes it tough when you're trying to catch your breath against a team that it's tough to catch your breath against anyway because they just nonstop coming at you.
Yeah, they and the Lady Titans are almost a good 8 deep. They called a charge on Gloria Brewer there on that shot.
That time she drove down the left side of the lane, and she got up in the air and kind of got hung up, and Titans were already set up down low. They draw the charge. 32-15, 2:08 to go. Lady Titans, number 1 seed, trying to roll with their Big South championship and add along to the gold ball an undisputed national title, one that they won a number of years ago here with the Bruffies. And wouldn't you know, there's Ellie Bruffy on this year's squad. Ball is passed around. Titans going to work it around a little bit. Brewer, tough defense again. Here's a spin move by Elliott. Back out top to Bruffy. Bruffy to Simpson. 1:38 to go. Looks like they're just going to be patient here. Although Bostwick always ready to shoot, and that's why. Wow. She was falling backwards so much that as she ran down the court, she was almost in the stands.
Man, what a shot. She is, and she's pulling all these behind that third three-point line on the court also.
That time Brewer forced it. It doesn't hit anything except for the hands of Megan Simpson. 20-point lead for the Titans. 1:12 to go. Can this magical run continue for the Wildcats? Titans working around the perimeter. Here's Bruffy. She puts up a three. It's good. The lead balloons now to 23. And Brewer brings it up with 55 seconds left in the third quarter. Her team down big. Bookwalter. Back to Brewer. Brewer drives, spins, kicks it back out. Here's a three-point shot by Woodard. No good. Long rebound goes to Bookwalter. She gathers it in, drives the lane. Little floater. It's short. Rebound comes down to Bostwick. Titans coach Elliott tells him to hold it for one shot. 27 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This first girls gold ball showdown, Final Four. The winner advances to the undisputed national championship game. Bruffy working on Woodard. On both Woodards, actually. Pass over to Bostwick. Thought she was going to try to shoot another three. This time she drives and puts it in.
Get the old-fashioned three.
That's right. 40-15. The 1 seed looking Titanic right now. And Bostwick, we've seen her shoot from all over the court, just draining threes, and then that time showed off her drive skills. Sinks the free throw, and it is 41-15. 10 seconds to go. Can the Wildcats get something here? They're down by 25. Brewer drives. Little floater goes up and in. Finally gets one to drop. And with that, we will head to the fourth quarter. Final quarter of action here in the girls' Final Four. First semifinal national. It is 41-17. The Lubbock Titans over the Indianapolis Wildcats. We'll be back with the final quarter of action after this break.
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula. Real-time pain relief. Its soothing lotion is rich in nature's ingredients and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great too. From muscle strains to soreness to simple back aches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief. It's a knockout.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action here. The first girls 18U Gold Ball Showdown Final Four game. And it has been all Lubbock Lady Titans, the powerhouse program, with a 41-17 lead. 41-17 lead, rather. A 24-point lead on the Indianapolis Wildcats. Titans on the attack again. Ball goes up, challenge, and that was partially blocked by Wirtz. There was a foul on the drive. She'll be at the free throw line shooting 2. Foul going to be on Wirtz that time. She's back into the game.
The winner of this game gets able to punch their ticket to the National Undisputed Championship tomorrow, which is going to be played at 7:20 here at the BBC.
We'll get to bring that one to you. That's going to be a matchup. They will play the winner of our next game, which is going to be the Dallas Thunder and OKC Storm. Second free throw is good. Lead up now to, I guess, 26. 43-17. Wildcats working it around. Just got to try to get something good here. Once again, there was Elliott knocking away the entry pass, and then it goes off the hands of Bookwalter. It will be Lady Titans ball. 7:29. Titans with the big lead. They walk it up slowly. That is Ellie Bruffy with the ball. Wildcats trying to make something good happen. Bruffy drives. Her shot is partially blocked that time by Barnes and into the hands of Wirtz. Here comes the Wildcats. Pass by Garcia to Barnes. Barnes going to drive, spin move. Gives it out to Wirtz, who puts up the jumper. It's no good. Barnes there to clean it up. Her putback attempt is long. Off comes Bostwick. Bostwick was going to start to run it, and then she slowed it down and got it back to her guard. Ellie Bruffy. Back to Megan Simpson. Simpson feeds it down low. That is Kaiser. Kaiser puts it up. That's no good. Off with the board comes Garcia for the Wildcats. 43-17. Garcia over to Barnes. Barnes, her pass was knocked into the hands of Shook. Shook to Wirtz. Back over to Barnes. First time we've seen Brewer be able to rest just a little before she can try to make that final run, see if they can do anything. Here's Garcia. Her three blocked by Bostwick. Bostwick comes down with it, and then timeout by the Lubbock Titans. Boy, that was a nice defensive play. It looked like Garcia had an open look there, Jeremy, but she was unable to get that off as the length of Bostwick really bothered her, and she was able to block it and then pull down the rejection.
Yeah, that was a good closeout by Bostwick there. And we tried to call down to the scorer's table to see if we can get the point total for each of these players. But I would imagine Bostwick, I know she's hit at least 4 to 5 threes in this game, so she should be pushing close to the 20-point mark.
Absolutely. Team has 43, and you look up right now, and, I mean, it is a big lead, but it almost even feels bigger than that at this point. They have just really marched right in here and established that they are the number one team in the country, and going to be leaving no doubt on that one until at least tomorrow night. And then tomorrow night, someone's claim will be given a seal of approval by an undisputed national championship.
Yeah, and we have the final time frame for the boys semifinals tomorrow, as the MHEA Eagles and Dallas HSAA will play the 6:05 game, and the Cincinnati Trailblazers and OKC Storm will play the 6:05 game time slot.
So they switched them as we originally had them. 8:30 then will be MHEA and Dallas HSAA. That's the boys' 18-year. Brewer splits the defense, goes all the way down to the board, and puts it in. 45-19. Trying to make something happen, and maybe that'll open the floodgates. She can fill it up quickly. 5:47 to go. Drive by the Lady Titans. Simpson going to take her time. Her team leading by 26. Ball passed around. Elliott to Bruffy. Bruffy guarded by Brewer. Elliott. Ball almost stolen away. Elliott again. Boy, Brewer just doesn't stop. She knocks the ball away from Bruffy. That time she's going to be called for a foul. I believe that's her third foul. And that is going to be the fourth team foul. .5:26 to go. And if there's going to be a comeback, it better start soon.
Yeah, they're going to have to start it with a stop here on this defensive side. And they're going to have to start scoring a little bit.
Entry pass was hit by Klein, but Still ended up going all the way down. And then on the drive, that Bostwick that fed the ball to Haley Kaiser. Kaiser goes down, draws the foul on number 20, Hannah Ruddle for the Wildcats.
So to clear any confusion, the MHEA Eagles and Dallas HSAA will play the 6:05 time slot. The OKC Storm and Cincinnati Trailblazers will play the 8:30 time slot.
Got it.
That has been confirmed and booked on the brackets.
All right, and we look forward to that. And they will be bookends around tomorrow's girls' undisputed national championship game. Free throws good.
So in that game, the girls' undisputed championship will be played tomorrow night at 7:20, as Scott was saying, in between the two boys' Final Four games. And the winner of this game will punch their ticket while they await the winner of our next game between the Dallas Thunder and the OKC Storm, as Gloria Brewer finally gets a bucket to fall.
Yep. Finally pieced together, too, but you can see in her body language and the team's body language, boy, they just look like they know this one is not going well. 4:57 to go. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with the final 5 minutes or so of this game with Lubbock Titans in complete control, looking to advance to tomorrow's undisputed national championship game, 47-21.
When my body needs relief, I real-time it. I'd like to introduce you to my knockout pain formula. Real-time pain relief. It's soothing lotion, it's rich in nature's ingredients, and helps me manage discomfort day or night. And it smells great, too. From muscle strains to soreness to simple back aches and arthritis. Real-time it and knock out your pain. It works for me, and it will work for you. Real-time pain relief. It's a knockout.
Welcome back, and I don't know, Jeremy, there's a lot of undisputed national champs that we decided tomorrow, but I think it is undisputed that our commercial champ here is George Foreman. He's been with us all week long and reminding us, as you said, I've used it too, that real-time pain relief, it works.
It does, and I'd imagine George is just as tired as we are.
Yeah, his voice has to hurt as much as our throats do after all of these games, and boy, he's been there with us all along. What a cool little spokesman or big spokesman to have for your real-time pain relief. Big fan of George Foreman. Lady Titans working the ball around now. Going to take some time off the clock. They have a 26-point lead. They're just going to try to hold there. In for the Titans, Allie Conley. She comes in. Her shot is blocked by Wirtz. Here comes Macy Klein. Klein tried to pass it ahead to Ruddle. That ball is knocked away by Bruffy. She can't chase it down. Goes out of bounds and will stay at this end with the Wildcats.
Yeah, in order for the Wildcats to make a comeback, they're down 26. That means they're going to have to score about 7 more points than they've scored already in this game with 21. So it's going to be a tough feat.
That time a long inbounds, and Bostwick almost able to corral it, but Brewer chases it down. She drives. She's immediately met by a couple of Titans. Kicks it out to Wirtz. Wirtz turns around, puts up the shot. Won't go. Rebound comes off to Conley. Conley up ahead to Bruffy. Bruffy brings it over the timeline. She throws it on ahead. Bostwick, another three. This one no good, but on the rebound, out comes Haley Kaiser with it for Lubbock. 3:54 to go. This one's all but over. Yeah, Conley, that shot is short. Brewer with another rebound.
For the most part of this game, you just seen the Lubbock Titans just out-hustled the Wildcats. They were around every loose ball.
Brewer all the way down again. Still got some legs there, even if she is tired.
Yeah, she finished out with the left hand. But the Lubbock Titans they're a really deep team. They usually play about 8 players.
And timeout. Almost got the 10-second call. That was unusual. Bruffy, she retreated and then picked her dribble up and kind of got in no woman's land there on the Patriots logo, and Coach Elliott had to bail her out there. But 47-23, 3:26 to go. And we talked about how do you come back. Well, I mean, they have some of the weapons, but Shots just haven't been falling. You haven't seen a lot of opportunities for Bookwalter. She really gave them a boost the last 2 games, was able to sink threes, and she's hit one today, but they really even haven't been able to get her open. And don't think that the Titans didn't scout that out. They knew that Julie could hit it. You can tell they had a game plan for Gloria, and you don't really, the saying, the cliche, you really can't stop them. You just hope to contain them. Brewer's going to get her points, but they've made her work for everything.
Correct. And Bookwalter have only been able to take 1 3 today, which she made the only 3 she took, but we all knew before the game it was going to take more than just 1 3 from Bookwalter in order for the Wildcats to upset the number 1 seed Lady Titans.
Not many teams have been able to even play with them this year. They are a great, great squad. 47-23, 3:22 to go. Final quarter here. Final 4 game for the girls. That drive right to the rim was Bruffy. She can't get it to go, but the Wildcats are unable to pull it down, so it will stay here with the Lady Titans. McGee in for Lubbock. There's McGee in the corner. Back out top, Bruffy. Long cross-court pass. Almost taken away there by Sarah Roscoe. She can't get it. Here's a drive. Wow, by Bostwick. What a strong dribble. Here's a shot outside. No good by McGee. Brewer comes off at the board. Long pass ahead to Macy Klein. Klein goes to her right, trying to find an opening here. Here's Bookwalter. Another 3. That one was short. Rebound comes down to Haley Kaiser. 24-point lead, 2.5 to go. Titans trying to advance and win a second undisputed national championship.
The Indy Wildcats fan base over there is starting a defensive chant. They're still in the game. They're still cheering on their girls.
Good for them. Conley with the feed to Bruffy, who lays it in, 49-23. 2:18 to go. Brewer stops, puts up a 3. That's short off the rim. That's kind of been the story tonight. And, wow, Bruffy had the rebound and almost got knocked to the ground, and then she steps out of bounds. 2:09 to go.
And the Lubbock Titans coach empties his bench and puts his three of his reserves in.
Great games by Haley Kaiser. Also, Allie Conley comes out, and then Ellie Bruffy. Here's the inbounds to Brewer. She kicks it out. There's a long 3 by Roscoe. No good.
Well, that looked good from here.
You know, I've had to use the phrase long 3 this week, and we talked about that because most of the threes they're taking are behind the longest 3-point line, which they don't even have to do because we've got college and different lines on here, and they're not even trying. Great spin move by Jordan McGee. And so the threes they're taking are rarely inside that furthest 3-point line.
Which didn't seem to affect the Lubbock Lady Titans.
Yeah, Bostwick, like we said on that one, she was almost fell back into the stand. She was so far out. That time Klein puts it up. Rebound comes off to McGee. She falls down, keeps her dribble, still being harassed, gets up as she dribbles. Nice job controlling the ball. 1:20 to go. Up with the ball is Landry Finkner. She passes it down to Avery McCain. She can't get it. Knocked out of bounds by Klein. Also in the game, Bella Edwards.
If you're just tuning in to try to catch the OKC Storm and Dallas Thunder girls 18U game, we will have that for you shortly as we still have to finish the last minute of this fourth quarter game between the Lubbock Lady Titans and the Lady Wildcats from Indianapolis. As it has been a onslaught of threes by the Lady Titans in this game.
Yeah, it's been a show. We knew they were good. Ball knocked away by Garcia. 56.5 to go here. 51-23. And into the game for the Wildcats comes Alexa Marks.
And Brewer
out
gets
goes
a hand.
Gloria Brewer.
A well-deserved hand as she has put forth a lot of effort today in these 2 games.
Absolutely. Wildcats don't get this far without her. She has been a beast. Inside pass. That was Allie Conley getting on the board. And the lead is now 53-23. There'll be a running clock the last 45 seconds. Roscoe over to Woodard. Woodard drives to her left. The senior puts it up. Misses everything. Ball comes off. Conley knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay down here with the Wildcats.
And we got 30 seconds with the clock continuing to run.
Storm and Thunder We're going to have Storm and Thunder on the court here in just a second. We almost had it here last night. Inside, Woodard. Ball comes off. Strong board by McCain.
As long as Storm and Thunder stay on the court and not outside, I'm perfectly okay.
Yeah, we don't want the outside Storm and Thunder coming in here, though, either.
But although I believe this game that we're about to watch is probably going to be a Storm and Thunder game, it is going to be a good one.
Titan faithful, big hand. Wildcat faithful, big hand for their team. It was a magical run. They made it all the way to the Final Four, but boy, they ran into a juggernaut. The Lady Titans with the 53-23 win. They advance to the undisputed national championship game for girls 18U. Up next, the OKC Storm, the Dallas Thunder, to see who will play tomorrow night against the Titans and try to win the undisputed championship. We'll be back after this break.